Hi, I'm Kayla with Kayla's Cricut Creations, and I'm excited to be working with Creative Fabrica on their Christmas in July promotion. I also have an exciting announcement. For Christmas in July, Creative Fabrica is offering an amazing deal in partnership with Siser. For just $47, you'll get a full year of all access and a free Christmas gift filled with premium Siser HTV and tools valued at $55. This is available in the contiguous US, Canada, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. Included in the gift package is $55 worth of premium crafting supplies from Siser. Included are Siser EasyWeed Rainbow Sampler containing 12 11-point-inch by 12-inch HTV sheets and the Siser Essential Tool Set featuring an Easy Weeder and high-quality tweezers. In this video, I am going to be making this adorable Christmas themed shirt using the Siser Juliet machine. I'm going to power on my Siser Juliet, then I am going to grab the vinyl colors I'm using for the video. I am going to be using 5 different colors. Here I'm only showing 4 because I forgot about the yellow. Next, I'll grab my SVG and show you how I put it all together. I'm using this Christmas SVG bundle for my video, and the one I'm using is this one here. All of these are just so cute. I wanted to show you Creative Fabrica's website as well, just so you know what the all access entails. On Creative Fabrica, I typed in Christmas SVG. As you can see, tons and tons of options pop up. Creative Fabrica has millions of SVGs, PNGs, fonts to choose from. With all access, you get access to all of this, so this is a deal you don't want to miss. If you already have a Creative Fabrica membership, you can extend your subscription and get a free gift for each year you extend. Read more about the deal in the link in the description down below. Now I'm in Leonardo Design Studio. I'll click down on the bottom left on Design. Then I'll click on File Open. I'll double click on the SVG file. I'm just going to select Cut Only, then Next. It shows me all the colors in use, which is kind of cool, and I'll hit Apply. I'm not going to change any of my colors because I love how this looks, so I am just going to grab the corresponding vinyl colors to match this image. I do need to size this. I'm going to make it 9 inches. My shirt is a size small. On the way bottom, it shows what the inches are for the width, so I am going to make it 9. Also, this is different than Cricut. Siser has it bring it down to the bottom left instead of the top left. Okay, that looks good. I'll hit Send Design. It's going to separate each color on the left over here, and like I said, it brings it down to the bottom left. Also, a really neat feature with Leonardo, you don't necessarily have to start with the first one. You can start with whatever color you want to cut first. Over on the right, I need to make sure I select Mirror. What's really nice is you only have to click mirror one time. It will automatically do it for the rest. I'm going to keep my material roll selected because I'm not going to use a cutting mat. Now I'm going to go over to my Juliet, get everything set up. Once it's set up, I'll come over here and hit Send to Cutter. I opened up the rollers and started sliding the HTV through. I made sure it was kind of lined up. I like to do that along the Siser edge, but then the vinyl was rolling up since this is rolled vinyl. It probably would have been fine, but I thought it would be easier just to grab my mat. I placed my HTV shiny side down on the mat. Then when I load it into the machine, I make sure it's lined up with those gray and white arrows. Then on the touchscreen, I just pull the mat into the machine. I line up my blade in the bottom left corner. After that, I select my cut settings. What's really awesome is the Juliet has preloaded cut settings for all Siser materials and even open spaces to add your own. I'll select Easy Weed for my cut setting. Since I decided to use my mat, I am going to select Cutting Mat. I'll hit Send to Cutter and I'll hit Yes. The machine will start cutting. I'll unmute it in a second because it sounds like a robot. It's so funny, but this machine is so awesome. It is very precise when it's cutting out all the little details. Once it's done, I use the arrows to unload my mat. Then I just look at the screen to see what color's next, and I follow the exact same process for all of the colors. Next, I start weeding out my HTV. Another thing I was going to mention is sometimes with these designs that have multiple colors that are attached together, there's these bigger gaps in the HTV and it starts to waste it. So I do have a little hack to help that. After heating your design on your shirt, you'll have that carrier sheet left over, and what you can do is place it directly onto the HTV. It's hard sometimes to get some bubbles out. As you can see at the top, there's some bubbles. Just try to smooth it out as much as you can and cut away with scissors, and you can reuse that. Now I'm ready to start pressing the HTV on the shirt. I am grabbing my t-shirt alignment guide. These are awesome. I also have my design pulled up on my computer. It just makes it a lot easier to figure out how I want to piece it all together on my shirt. What I actually like to do first is line up all of my pieces on my shirt before I do anything. And I'm obviously not going to press it like this because of all the different carrier sheets, but it's kind of funny when I did this. Look at the Christmas tree on the bottom right. It was way too high, so it's just a good way to make sure everything is in the correct spot before I start pressing. I'm using my auto press for this. I set it to 305 degrees. When layering Easy Weed, you're going to want to press each layer for only 1 to 2 seconds since you're doing multiple presses. I ended up doing 5 seconds for each layer, but it ended up okay. Next, I'm going to preheat my shirt. I like to fold it in half, then press it. What that does is it preheats it, but it also puts a fold line right down the center. I love that little hack because look how awesome that line is. I can put my t-shirt alignment tool right over that. Then I grab my first color that I'm going to be pressing. I'm folding it in half so that I can find the center. There is a little star on the side, so I have to put this a little bit to the left, but other than that, I think it was centered really well. I place my Teflon sheet on top and press it for the 5 seconds. Once it's done, I remove the carrier sheet. I did this kind of slowly just to make sure everything adhered, and it adhered really well. Then I line up my green color next, and like I said, I like to look at my computer to make sure it's lined up. I follow the same process, putting the Teflon sheet on top and pressing it for 5 seconds. For my next colors, I decided to do gold and pink at the same time. What I like to do is trim the carrier sheet down on the edges as much as possible. Once I was done and started peeling off the carrier sheets, the I at the top left and the C from coffee, those two carrier sheets were kind of stuck together, so it peeled up just the tiniest little bit of the I. It's hard to even tell, so you just have to be kind of mindful of where you're putting those carrier sheets. Now I can press the last color, the yellow HTV. I just place it on there. The stars fit perfectly, so I was relieved with that. Once it's all adhered, I do like to press it one more time for the full 5 seconds. Here's one more look at how it turned out. If you do get the free gift, make sure you tag us over on social media, any crafts that you make with it, using the hashtag CF Christmas in July. Find our social links as well as information and links about the Christmas in July all access deal with the free Siser Christmas gift in the description down below.